House hacking has and continues to be one of the best opportunities, and we've seen a lot more opportunities in the multifamily last couple of years with the new lower down financing and also just where the market trends are going. But whether you're in Denver or Colorado Springs, that's where we're seeing the best opportunities in the front range. As you can see here, a lot more people are buying fourplexes. Very possible to go out there, get a rate that makes sense for you, get a down payment that makes sense for you, and then what's up, Colorado? Chris Lopez here, your host for the Denver Real Estate Investing Podcast. And today's podcast is a special one on house hacking. We're going to discuss 3 deals. 2 in Denver. One's a fourplex, one's a single family home, and then we're talking about a fourplex in Colorado Springs. So I am joined here by my 2 usual guests. First, Jeff White, broker, house hacker, or investor. Good to have you back, Jeff.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
Yeah, glad to have you in here. And last but not least, Troy Howell, Nova Home Loans, our go-to lender and a sponsor of all of our house hacking stuff. Glad you're back on the show, Troy.
Good to be here with you, Chris and Jeff.
So these are all deals that, one's Jeff did himself, like his own house hack. These are all deals that Jeff and or Troy have been a part of as broker lender with clients. A lot of clients here in, from like the house hack community, from the meetups, the podcasts, all the stuff we do here. So we like talking about real deals to show people what is working in the market. Now, disclaimer here, we're not giving financial advice. We're sharing numbers. We're sharing kind of like our commentary in the market, and also sharing some numbers. Always go out there and, of course, do your own due diligence. But guys, we know the drill. We love talking about deals. People love talking about deals. Jeff, tee up this first deal, because I think this first deal, this is your deal, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, so this is the fourplex here in Denver that is Jeff's ninth house hack.
9th, 10th property.
Almost your double-digit house hack.
Yes, almost. Next year will be number 10.
What was your goal years ago when you started out?
It was 10 fourplexes with FHA loans, which Troy was like, how does he get to pull that off? I didn't know at the time. So yeah, it was 10 house hacks was my original goal.
Yes.
So this is number 9.
You're 90% of the way to the goal.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
And I'm sure, Troy, you hear people say, I'll do 10, and then they get to 2, and then they're done, right?
Yeah. We've had some of those, right? We've talked to, but we've got some people plugging along doing pretty good.
Yeah.
We've got a few clients right now.
It's a journey.
Awesome.
It's a journey. But,
it's also an amazing way to build a portfolio.
Yes, and all you have to do is move into it. So this is number 10. So this one's a pretty cool story. You'll like this one, Chris. So the guy, I showed another client about a year ago this property.
Yes, yeah.
So this was a flipper owner of this property, side-by-side fourplex.
What part of town?
West Sheridan, Alameda, West Denver.
Great.
Over there, west of 6th Avenue. And basically, it didn't have those, you see the nice LVP gray floors. It had like older tile floor. So kind of a little more dated before. Still rented pretty decent. He owned it since 2012. And he's trying to sell it, I think at that time, for like $950 or so. It's a little overpriced, I would say. Rents weren't as high either. And then showed it to my client. He liked it, but it was like maybe too much fixer-upper for him. So he dropped like $950, $940, and then eventually just took it off the market. And then I told him, I was just talking to him like, hey, why don't you, I see the rents you're getting here, and, have you heard, and he's just renting to market tenants. So I said, hey, have you considered a Section 8 tenant? And he was a flipper, right? That was his main job. And then he basically, said, oh, I didn't, what are they getting for like that part of town and all that? And he said, oh, it's not based on part of town. It's just like literally the city, county it's in, and that's Denver County. They pay by bedroom count. Here's what they pay. And then he said, oh, okay. And then I don't know if he took the advice or not. Like, I was like, okay. And I talked to him about 1 year goes by. So now we're like now in June of this year, 2025. And he tells me like, oh, because of your advice, I kicked out 3 tenants. We're not kicked out. I replaced, not kicked out. Renovated 3 units, replaced them with a few Section 8s, kept my market tenant, bumped them up from 1,200 to 1,600 in that bullet point there, and got all the rates increased. I'm going to list it for $910, and just want to give you first dibs to see if you have a buyer, because he knew I had like buyers, and I already saw the property, so I already kind of knew about it. And then he sent me these updated photos. So he did some renovations, because he wanted to make it more marketable, I guess.
Yeah.
And on top of that, the better part to me was he replaced the roof about like 6 months ago, and he put a new sewer line in.
Oh, wow.
So those two big ticket items were just like, oh, awesome. I don't have to spend $40K for those things.
Yeah, that's great.
Right? And he renovated 3 out of 4 units. The only unit that is not renovated, it's not that bad. It's just that, the little square tile floor, that's the tenant that he kept. The guy that went from 1,200 to 1,600 for a 1-bedroom over there. Middle unit. So not even an in unit. So yeah, the rents that, 3 out of 4 units are rented, completely zero-scaped. And Troy knows how much I love this.
Yeah.
No grass, Chris. Concrete, asphalt everywhere. I think there's a tree.
That's your dream.
Yeah, it's my dream yard. My dream yard. And completely zero-scaped. So from yard maintenance point of view, I don't do anything. Yeah. It's fantastic. And then plenty of parking. So there's not a question of park. Corner lot, right next to a park. And all side-by-side units. So there's what's sharing walls, like one wall or 2 walls.
And is this a single-story side-by-side?
Yeah.
So this is a pretty big...
how big's the lot?
It's like a compound.
Yeah. How big is the lot?
Lot's probably 10 or 11,000 square feet.
Okay, so it's way bigger than the normal
Denver
size.
Yeah, so lot's pretty good. And it's, true. So you have the picture on there. That's the 2-bed, 1-bath unit. And then the unit next to it's the 3-2. So it goes 2-1, 3-2, 1-1, 1-1 in that kind of order.
So he had it listed a year ago,
$950. Yeah, dropped it.
Couldn't sell it.
No, took it off the market.
You gave him some just general friendly advice. Yeah. He came in and did a lot of updates: roof, sewer, some light remodeling. Yep. Brought up 3 tenants to market rent. Called you back and sold it for less than what he did last year. Man, that's an amazing deal for you.
Yeah, and off market. So it's zero. Is it more pictures of it? So you can see very nicely done, right?
Yeah.
For a nice rental, right? I would say high ceilings, right? Like very move-in ready condition. Bathroom has decent 2001 tile. And nothing fancy about it. What I like about it is just like shows well in pictures, shows well in real life. So it's not deceiving of like, well, it looks great in pictures, it's a good photographer. No, it looks like that in real life. And completely zero-scaped and a side-by-side. Parking's fantastic, next to a park, close to everything. So it appeals to families, it appeals to individuals. So it has a lot of selling points and close to, West Denver, so you're west of I-25.
Yeah.
A little more pictures there too.
Yeah, so I know a lot of people are listening to this. So, we're shooting this on YouTube, but we got a PowerPoint deck with the photos and the numbers. So you can flip to YouTube or click the link in the blog post. We'll have the photos and numbers as well, either in there or link to the PowerPoint.
Yep.
All right, so, before we get to the, all right, so you kind of, great property, you source the deal, and then talk to us about offer, negotiations, inspection, what type of debt Troy was able to give you, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so of course, I got to sell a credit, right? I put that in pretty much in this, this market condition where it is a little more buyer-centric.
So you accepted his full price offer.
Yeah, but I did with the seller credit, and I think the initial seller credit, Troy, correct me, was it 15?
I want to think it was 15K.
15K to start, because I was like, I want to use some of that to buy down the rate, and also I was like, well, I'm the buyer agent representing myself.
And he's paying you full commission
3%, Chris.
Ooh, a nice commission too.
So even better, right?
Bonus commission.
Yeah, bonus. So I was like, sweet, I'll just get that plus the seller credit. And I'll say, I'll give you your price because it checked the boxes, right? He did the hard stuff for me, right? He did.
Especially the roof and sewer.
And sewer alone, saving me.
Expensive stuff that no one cares about.
Yeah, you don't get appraisal.
Yeah.
Appraisers not like, oh, you
Renters don't care. Appraisers don't care.
Yeah. Oh, he says appraisers not like.
Here was the big thing about the roof too, is that we had Kendall come in and do the insurance. How much do you think the insurance was annually for this with a brand new roof?
For Fourplex on here,
1940
at $900K Fourplex.
Oh, geez,
annual
about 3,000.
You're right there, $3,200.
Yeah, for a Fourplex,
which we've seen some come back at
5K.
4 to 5K, especially with older roofs.
Yeah, my Fourplexes are more than that, and that is mine
I mean, that made the numbers just that much sweeter with that new roof. It really helped the insurance.
So you can see a couple of the loan deal. So 910 price, 3% commission, loan amount. So I did a little more down payments. I
Did you about 10% or more? 15?
He did 15.
Okay.
15, and then I bought off the PMI on there too, which is part of the seller credit. Maybe
That's in there for the closing cost.
probably somewhere there. Yeah, so I paid off the PMI, so
Yeah.
there's no PMI on it because it's under 20%, and then also negotiate a little bit more. So the inspection, I got up to 18,600 seller credit, and this thing, overall was about as good as Fourplex you can get, right? So new roof, new sewer line, panels, electrical panels are new, couples open ground electrical outlets, but that's pretty normal for the age of that place.
Not a big deal.
Pretty small stuff. And then 3 out of 4 units renovated like what you saw in the pictures, and then 1 out of 4, the smallest unit, is the only one that I have to do, and it's not even that much work. It's just the flooring's old, paint's old.
So it's a light remodel then? Too.
Yeah, light remodel. So basically my all-in cost is just like buying the place with down payment, closing costs.
Why'd you do a 15% down payment?
Just to get the mortgage payment, I wanted to get it as close to 5K as possible.
Okay.
Just to improve my cash flow.
Yeah.
I wanted to increase my cash on cash returns. That was the goal.
Yeah.
And then you have security deposits, July rents, and then cash close, Troy. That's
He only took a $5K deposit, which was crazy on that price.
5K.
point.
I negotiated that too, Chris.
So that earnest money?
Yeah.
Originally it was $5,000 deposit. The guy was super nice.
Yeah.
And then
You got other
one thing,
properties to sell?
yeah, and it appraised for $55K over.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you 910 purchase price, 965 appraisal.
Yeah.
So Troy, what was like the par rate, and then what was the rate after the buy down?
Par
and
rate
the,
was
PMI buyout.
Yeah, so PMI buyout I think was close to 5K.
Yeah, it wasn't too high.
To pay that. And
You're already
then-
at 15%.
Yeah.
Much more
yeah,
to
so
go.
it was very little. Jeff has superior credit score, so that was an easy buyout, easy one to do. And then par rate would have been probably north of 6.5, 6.75 at that point in time ish. But Jeff aggressively bought it down to 6% because he wants to do kind of a set and forget kind of thing. Set it up, long term financing on it, so get it in a good position. Don't have to worry about it later on, and wait for an opportunity to refinance. But yeah, you pulled all the levers basically. Bought out the mortgage insurance, bought down the interest rate, had the credits to offset that stuff. So it runs some good numbers.
Yep.
All right. So we plugged this in into Troy Howell's house hacking spreadsheet.
Right.
Yes.
So if you guys don't have that, get it. It's actually
It's in the toolkit.
one of the best spreadsheets in the toolkit. Email one of us, we'll get it to you. But it's a really cool spreadsheet, really designed for house hackers. So it helps you like pull on some different levers, and you can see, hey, while you live there, here's a cash flow, and then move out, here's a cash flow and returns. So it is an incredibly useful tool, and no longer makes you have to do like 2 spreadsheets. So it's a great time saving. So make sure you download that free toolkit or email Troy. All right, so while you're living there, walk us through the basic numbers here.
Yeah, so
Jeff.
obviously this place is fully occupied, Chris. So we're moving into one of the 1-bedroom units. So that
Updated or not updated?
the non-updated one.
You're going to do a little live-in flip?
Yeah, exactly. So we'll put the same. He actually gave me the exact paint and flooring he used on the other units, so I can make it all the same. So it makes it more economies of scale stuff.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate that.
Which
Like
Jeff's
he actually
wife-
gave you the materials, or just told you like
The brand
here's
and
the brand?
exactly
That's
the
great.
paint color, all that.
Well, Selinka can take
Thank
care
you,
of all
Flipper,
that.
right?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So that was because a lot of these they don't know, like, oh, I don't know when that thing. I don't know who the heck did that or what the paint color was.
I bought it on sale. you know?
Yeah, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So this one's great. Okay, so $7,005 per month while living there, and our mortgage actually our net our total mortgage with PITI is $5,200 about.
Okay.
A little under that, but that's just rounded 52. So yeah, after holding for maintenance, vacancy, capital reserves, even paying our utility bills, will still be positive cash flow. We'll get into that
While you're living there.
while living there.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's still possible to. And then after we move out, that 2-bedroom that I mentioned, Chris, has a den in the back where it has a
You gonna
closet.
convert it?
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
Why would he not? Chris?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a wasted den, right?
My crystal ball.
Yeah. That was a tee-up question.
So
for
we'll
sure.
turn that 2-bed to 3-bed, and then put a new tenant in there and get about 27 for that, and then bring up the total rents after we move out to a little over 9,055 per month.
And then they're going to cash flow, what, about $900 a month while you live there?
Yeah,
And then $3,000 when you move out? Holy
yeah.
smokes.
On a 15, obviously higher down payment.
Yeah.
But what we care about, most thing, what we care about is that cash on cash return metric, right? Mm-hmm. And that, especially after move out, right? That's the goal. So almost 25% cash on cash turn.
Yeah.
That's what we want. We want, obviously, anything over really 5% is really good in the Denver metro market.
But you're doing 7 while
Yeah.
you're there.
Yes.
And you'll do close to 25 when you're out.
Right.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
great numbers.
And the reason why it's a little boosted because it's owner occupied, right? So you get
yeah.
the better, like if this is investor, it'd be 7% probably Troy
Yeah.
on there, 7.25%.
7.25, and then
Yeah.
you would have been putting 25%.
25%. Yeah. So it'd be a little bit lower. But yeah, that's what we look for. And that's why house hacking still works in today's market, and this is at a 6% rate, higher down payment, but we'll have our own unit, and these deals do exist. So it's not like this is a once in a home, like, oh, it's once a year deal.
No.
These deals are out there. If they weren't out there, then I'd have 0 people I'm working with, and I have a lot of people I work with, and they do work. You just have to, it depends on your goals and your flexibility.
Awesome. Well, great deal. Congrats on house hack number 9.
Yes.
And Troy, great financing package on
Thank you,
there.
Troy.
Thank you guys, for sure.
All right. So second house hack deal here.
Yes.
Totally switching gears here. Going from a fourplex to a single family
Yes.
home. Kind of like a duplex though, right?
Yes, this is kind of pre-Troy switching Fannie Mae's loan product.
Yeah.
So we used to do a lot of these, the house with mother-in-law. So 2 full kitchens, upstairs and downstairs. This person, you can see in the bottom right photo, her buyer profile, she loved the mid-century charm. She liked the turquoise tub and toilet. She liked the little fireplace. She liked all of that. That was like her thing. So this one definitely had some charm to it.
Yeah, it's such like a powerful niche.
Yeah.
For those like
It's
the people that
unique,
do
for
them
sure.
and the
It's
people that
great.
buy them. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
And what's great about this one is move-in ready. Had the second kitchen already. She had a busy full-time working professional, so she didn't have time to deal with like, oh, I got to add a full second kitchen, egress windows, deal with contractors, and work my job. So she wanted something that's ready to go. She can move in, and that's where this one definitely checked those boxes. The 2 kitchens had egress windows down there. Move-in ready. You can see from the pictures. Didn't look, only
Yeah,
stuff
the
she would
pictures look
add
great.
would have to be like her own personal preferences.
What's the entrance for the bottom unit? Is it there a separate entrance or shared?
Separate entrance, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's
like
perfect.
on the side or out back.
It's by the garage.
Okay.
So it's like from the back, yeah. So there's 2 ways to get in the garage, but she could easily just put a little. Well, actually, there was a door there, so there's a door there. Yeah, it's fully private, so you never have to see them. Yeah, egress window and a fireplace downstairs too.
And hardwood floors.
And yeah,
I mean,
basement
nicely
looks
done
great.
hardwood
yeah,
floors.
exactly. So full kitchen, laundry. The only thing she has to add upstairs, the laundry is downstairs, so she'll have to put no laundry upstairs.
Is there pretty easy access to
Yeah.
pipes and drains?
Exactly. Yeah.
Nice.
No big deal there. But yeah, great in pictures, great in real life. Very reasonable price. She didn't want to go. She was qualified for much more, but she wanted to stay in a little
She had
tighter.
an area specific that she wanted to be in.
Yep.
So bio profile, busy professional.
Busy professional, first home she's ever bought.
First time home buyer.
So not even first house hack, just first time home buyer.
Yeah, and she was
Congrats.
definitely of the mindset, I want to get into real estate. I want to get involved. And we've met her with some of our meetups.
Yep.
She
Yeah.
came to the book launch.
She's great.
And just wanted to get involved. So it wasn't like a big home run hit that she was trying to get. She's like, I want to
You
get
don't
my
need
feet
to-
wet.
yeah.
I want to test out a few different methodologies of
Exactly.
house hacking. My Airbnb, the basement. I might do midterm rentals.
So she'll
for the
live
basement.
up top.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
No roommates, just her.
She wanted her own private space. She's talked even about splitting up the backyard to kind of have two
2 yards.
2 areas, 2 yards.
Okay. What about purchase price, negotiations, all that stuff?
Yes. So this one was on the market. Actually came back on the market. We finished second place, and sometimes even backup.
Did you back up on this one? Was this one of our
Yeah, it was
backup
one of
deals?
backups. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you submitted a backup.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this one, and then the first one fell apart. 1 out of 5 deals does fall apart. So backup sometimes is a great position to be in. and we got a second chance to go after it, and we did, and we got negotiated more seller credits, so we got 13,700.
So 540 was list price.
Yep. And then
Seems like a good price to go to market. Like it hence the competition.
Reasonable,
right?
yeah, for that 500 to 600K first time home
and
buyer.
with
price.
that whole finished basement, though, I thought that was it was a great deal.
Yeah, because
And-
she would have to
and pretty
spend that
much
money.
turnkey.
Yeah. Because how much is a kitchen and adding egress windows, right, to a basement that doesn't have it?
Yeah.
Probably 20 to 40K, depending on the finishes. But
Yeah.
for all the electrical and plumbing and appliances, so in a way, she, you could argue she could have found it for closer to low fives. But the problem with that is now she has to do all that work. So this one, she's okay paying that. It was on the market for about 30 plus days, so we had some more negotiation power, and she got a move-in ready place.
Well, I want to hype on them because this is something. I mean, we talk to clients about this all the time. I mean, her total cash to close was
she's into it for about
$20,000.
Yeah, she's into it for about 25,000.
25,000
deposit plus
Yeah.
cash at close.
So she bought a house at 500,000. She would have put 25,000 into it. Then $20,000 to $50,000 in remodels.
Exactly.
Plus a lot of headache and time.
Yes,
Right.
time.
So that's where buying like ready to go properties a lot of times be much more cash efficient.
Yeah, and you could realize
Big time.
the rental income.
You don't have
much
6 months of
sooner.
remodel
Exactly.
time.
Yeah, downtime. For
And that's
rent.
assuming you pick out the right contractors that get it done, right? And that's what
Yeah,
it takes
that's
longer.
running the gauntlet.
Oh, how many? I'll do it myself. A year later, I know. It's like
As much as people could.
you saved a few bucks,
Yeah.
but you lost like 20,000.
Yes.
Exactly.
What you've preached about all along.
Okay, so Troy looks like she did 5% down. Is what my
5% down. Modestly bought down the rate. Didn't get too aggressive. Don't ask me exactly what the rate is. 'cause I
What was the
can't remember.
ballpark?
I would say I think kind of 6.625, 6 3/4 ish.
Okay.
would be my guess.
Nice.
But again, she wasn't looking for maximum cash flow.
Right.
She just wanted to get in
Get
light.
started.
She had more funds available. She really wanted to deploy those funds, but it's just an economic purchase. She's a homeowner now, and she gets all those benefits.
Absolutely.
So walk us through the numbers here.
Yeah, so she had some, because this property's in Nevada, they're a little more Airbnb friendly.
Yep.
So she was going to get her license and do Airbnb, experiment, right? She wasn't 100% all in on Airbnb, but she wants to try it. I told her, like, try it out, give it a good 3, 6, 12 months, see how it goes, reevaluate. It's not like you're stuck with that strategy. Just get the license so you have it and you're have it there for yourself.
And furnishing costs on 2-1 is not going to be anything outrageous.
No, it's a 900 square foot basement, so it's not huge. And so we looked at the numbers, and we did about based on that location, $120. She takes the upstairs by herself. So while living there, she lives upstairs. Downstairs, she gets about $120 per night for a 2-bed, 1-bath, with a 25% vacancy rate year round.
Okay.
So it's, obviously spring, summer is going to be better than fall, winter for sure. But the good news is it's already ready to go. She just has to furnish it. And that's about $2,700 per month. And doing so, that will, reduce her cost of living. She's living in a property right now, paying rent, was paying rent. So she just kind of want to say, I just want to kind of become a homeowner and get started. I'm not looking for this thing to quit my job. I'm not expecting that. She was realistic. Like, I want the moving ready place. I'm okay paying maybe a little premium, but knowing like this gets me started on the path.
Yep.
And then after moving out, she was like, okay, let's try 2 strategies. We'll keep the short-term rental because our VADA does allow it.
Yep.
For at 240 days, 365 days a year. So short-term rental, and then you have to do midterm. And then she'll just do a long-term Section 8 upstairs and get about $4,900 per month after move out. So going into a little more in depth, living there, she will pay all out about $1,800, $13 for her own 2-bed, 1-bath unit.
What was her rent previously? Do you know?
I think it was about
About 14. She was living pretty economical.
pretty,
I think it was
yeah.
about 14.
I think it was a 1-bed, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but she's still, in my mind, when you apply the principal reduction of
And
the
taxes.
$1,800
Oh, yeah.
and stuff, she's going to benefit.
And
on
she
the
gets an
tax
extra
returns.
bedroom. She gets
And she gets an extra bedroom, so she was willing to take that little bump up because she knows what the long-term benefit's going to be.
And things will start appreciating again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so she's living that's after Airbnb about $1,800 a month.
Yep.
With utilities and underwriting in there, and moving out, she's cash flow positive too, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
So moving out, we had multiple conversations. Like, the goal, of course, is the number after move out should be a positive cash flow.
Yes.
You don't want to be a negative.
Comfortably.
Because that's, now we're just talking about gambling, right? Like, oh, I'll be negative. I have a job. I could handle this negative $2,000 per month. And
It's great until it's not great.
yeah. And then what happens when something breaks? So small positive cash flow of $256 per month or $3,000 in a year. But she was okay with that. She was like, that will at least get it going, get the ball rolling. Not betting on the refinance. She was okay with like, okay, I know I can improve things, and that's just like a conservative estimate. She could definitely do better than that. But it's just a solid deal. It's like a nice getting started, single deal, move-in ready place. And these deals are definitely more plentiful in the market overall. Like, these deals do exist. And this is kind of going back to the old way of just single family with the mother-in-law, so the unofficial duplexes, which are very good.
All right. So, I mean, huge win to her.
Yep.
Turnkey property, fits her buy box, gets her on her long-term wealth building strategy, which we always talk about. Buy a property with a minimum 5-year hold time was the expectation.
Yep.
If you're good with your capital locked up, good numbers for 5 years, makes sense. If not, reevaluate. Numbers make sense. I mean, this is a solid base hit for the market and for what our strategy is.
100%.
Absolutely.
All right. Shifting gears here. We're taking a drive down 25 now, down to a fourplex, but this time in Colorado Springs. And you guys were the broker and lender on this deal, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. So, what part of Springs is this in, Jeff? Is this property in?
It's like, where was it? Like south.
It's like on the south side of Springs?
East or southeast, south. It's kind of like this little pocket. It's unincorporated El Paso County. It's like this little pocket right outside the incorporated El Paso County. So it's kind of like the same thing, here in like that Westminster, Denver spot where it's unincorporated Denver or Adams County. Same thing. So it's like next to everything, but right outside. So it still has a Colorado Springs city, but because it's in a unincorporated part of town, it gives it more opportunity than other fourplexes we saw.
Does that have any impact on the Airbnb rules
Yes.
down there? Is that
Exactly.
incorporated? Okay.
Yeah, so it gives him he can Airbnb all 4 units if he wants to. So there's not that restriction of like, well, you can only do it for one, your primary or like.
Well, I think there's like what, a 500-yard radius.
Yeah, or some like weird rule, like specific rules, like you can't be within 500 feet of another Airbnb. And when you're on the unincorporated part, it's just a lawless Wild West part of Colorado Springs. Just like a lot more fun, right? It's a bunch of cowboys. So what was great
So
about...
you rode your horse down here,
Yeah,
right?
exactly, yeah.
Well, he drove down most of the way, then he switched to the horse.
That always freaks me out in Lakewood. You see people walking around in horses. I'm like, on like the sidewalks. I'm like, what the heck is this guy just on a sidewalk on a horse? So that's a different story. We'll save that one for another time.
I've got a story for that one too later on.
So this one, all 2 beds. This one was built in the late 70s, Chris. So up, down, fourplex, 2 bed, 1 bath, each unit. In-unit washer dryer. And what was really nice about it was the seller kept like immaculate records. So, most sellers give like a couple invoices, like, oh, my handyman went there last 6 months.
Oh my gosh, it's horrendous.
Yeah, they give the bare minimum, right?
Yeah.
Even if when they self-manage or property manager, like they just don't like, I don't have anything, right? This seller actually did have like last 12 months utility bills, last 12 months water bills,
and shared them all.
Financial, shared them all.
So you had good numbers
So
to
it
work
was
off of.
fantastic to see lease, like not just like, oh, here's the 4 leases. Oh, I didn't
The
sign that
insides
lease.
look gorgeous.
Yeah, the kitchen looks nice.
Well maintained, renovated, ready to go, and shows well. Looks like that.
Yeah.
Too. And what's great about this one too, because the Springs has a little more oversupply of 2 to 4 unit properties. So because of that, that's a little more buyer market friendly than up here in Denver.
You're about like active deals on the market?
Exactly. Yeah. So like the ratio of like the total number of the percent of multifamilies to overall.
I never looked at that, but that's interesting.
Yeah. So like a little more supply. So that gives more opportunities for buyers. And this one, what was funny about this one, we were under contract with one right down the street. And it fell apart because it was just
A little bit cheaper, but
Yeah.
rougher home.
rough. Yeah, it looked like, if you saw the pictures, like, doesn't look too bad. But then when we did the inspection, like, oh, it's bad. This one was the opposite. Looked great, well maintained, took care of the you didn't live. The
So
guy
terminate on that one, then got this one?
Yeah, and there's like 2
great.
blocks over.
That worked out great for your
Yeah.
buyer.
Yeah, and it was like, what, $35K more?
Yeah,
for this
35K,
one,
30
but
mortgage.
That's nothing
it's
for a
turnkey.
well-maintained
Yeah.
property.
Again,
And
turnkey.
he's from Denver, moving down there, doesn't have the contractor relationship. So I didn't want him to, and he's a busy professional himself. So same thing with him as the last buyer. He wanted, you have to kind of think about that. Your time's very valuable. And most people are not going to know how to deal with contractors. If you don't work construction, if you don't know how to do that, you can't just say, I'm smarter than I'll just figure it out and I'll get multiple, for one, even if you have the time, it's not the best use of your time. And number two, just hire, majority of these just find more rent ready places, because going back to what I said earlier, if you could realize rental income sooner and not have to do a bunch of projects, small projects, large projects, then you collect that rent faster. That goes against your mortgage, and then 1 year goes by really fast, and you're not wasting time trying to add so much value. Let the flippers do that
For you.
Like
you did with yours.
Yeah, and exactly. And then you'll win in the end, because you can learn those skills over time. But on your first couple deals, definitely try to find more rent ready.
All right, so look at the numbers here. 685 purchase price.
Yep. So
And that's what it's listed at.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
So it praised right out, and then he did 10% down. So a little more aggressive because he had some funds available for that. He did aggressively buy down the interest rate like Jeff did.
Yep.
He didn't want Jeff to beat him on the rate, so they matched up on their 6%. So he had a larger down payment, but closing costs, bought out the mortgage insurance as well, and then got his seller credit. Jeff did a fine job negotiating in there. He got his security deposit rents, which is always the beauty of these multi-units, is you get a little windfall with that money coming in for that. Deposit on the contract was a modest $7,000, pretty reasonable. Yeah. And so his all-in was 91.
Yep.
And change plus the 7, so just under 100K.
Yep.
Okay. So 100K in for the fourplex. And then what are the rental numbers like, Jeff?
Yeah, so all the units are rented for about $1,350 per month. And that was just a little below market. And while living there, he'll pretty much collect about $5,400, and actually a little under that. Excuse me, because that's including his unit. So it'd be 27 plus 1,350. It's about 4,050 while living there. So that's a little typo there. And then after move out, because he'll have some time, right? He'll be able to bump up those. So I told him you should split the strategy here. You should, if you want to do Airbnb, great. I would say probably skip it for now on this one. Try to focus more on long-term strategies, because he's a busy guy. He's not he's living there. But I was stick to just nice, easy strategies. So 2 market, 2 Section 8s.
Yeah.
Market was closer to 15. So it says you could probably get those people, bump up their rents, have a conversation, tell them hey, this is the market, and see, whether they want to stay or not. You could definitely achieve that 1,500 number. And then Section 8 for 2 bedrooms in that zip, they do by, what's crazy over there, Chris, they go by zip code.
Yeah.
So they do all the zip codes in Colorado Springs, and that's how they pay. So if you're in the higher valued zip code, they pay higher. So it's not just by city, they break it down further. So 1870 is what they pay for a 2-bedroom in that zip code.
Oh, wow.
So I tell them you don't have to do all 4 Section 8 after move out. That'd be sweet, but let's just be more realistic here. So 50-50, nice, gives you 2 strategies you're working on. So total rents after move out, he could definitely achieve at $6,740.
So bumping up the rents a little bit.
Yep.
And then moving 2 to Section 8.
Yep.
And the Section 8 is going to be a $400 or so increase per unit.
Exactly.
And then what about cash flow? So he'll cash flow while he lives there.
Yep.
What's
Little
that,
bit.
$400 a month?
Yeah.
Dude, that's great for living there.
Yeah. For a fourplex move. I mean, yes, he did buy it down, but that was smart, right? Because he's same thing that I was thinking is I want to make where I'm living there, I'm cash flowing a little bit. So put a little more down. It's, reasonable. And if you have the money, great. And if you have to do it 5%, then you'll pay a little bit, and that's okay too.
Yeah, his cash on cash is just under 5 while he's there.
Yeah.
Which
that's
is
a great start.
That's a great start.
Yeah. And then post move out, when he does all that kind of optimization strategies, he'll be able to get $1,777 per month, or about $21K in a year, bringing up the cash and cash return to 21%.
Is that him self-managing?
Yep. Yeah, he self-manages. Yeah.
Yeah. With the plan, he's going to do another house hack down the Springs after this?
Yeah. Yeah, he's willing to, he's looking at it. He's thinking, what's great about him is he sees the bigger picture. He's not our typical 22 to 38-year-old, right? He's a little bit older.
Yeah.
A family guy, but understands like, hey, my kids are young enough. I just want to keep going.
Yeah.
Do it a few times. This is my retirement. You know,
that's
you don't have to do
retirement
it.
Right
yeah.
there.
You don't need to get 10. You don't need to, you have to start with 1 and get to 4 or 5. I say for majority of people, if you get to 4, that's like life changing, and you just get to 4, pay them off. And then there's your retirement, better than if Social Security is even around in 30 years. But I think if majority of people get to 4, that's life changing for almost everything.
That's retirement income.
Yeah.
For sure.
Phenomenal here. So, recapping here, deals still pencil out for house hacking, right?
Absolutely.
I know we do. We do a lot of monthly market updates. We all see the headlines in the Denver Post, Denver Business Journal. A lot of the headlines are depressing for real estate, right? But there is opportunity out there. And as we have said, house hacking has and continues to be one of the best opportunities. And we've seen a lot more opportunities in the multifamily last couple of years with the new lower down financing, and also just where the market trends are going. But whether you're in Denver or Colorado Springs, that's where we're seeing the best opportunities in the Front Range. And as you can see here, a lot more people are buying fourplexes. Very possible to go out there, get a rate that makes sense for you, get a down payment that makes sense for you, and then cash flow while you live there and once you move out. And of course, Jeff and Troy are great at finding that spectrum. Hey, what are your life goals? What's your situation? Find that spectrum of, hey, great starter home for a house hacker. Fits the needs, fits the bills. Maybe a little cash flow to like, hey, more aggressive on there. But like, this is a great thing. Like, there's opportunities out there in the marketplace right now.
Absolutely.
For sure.
So gentlemen, great job as always, like on finding the deals, on helping clients do it. There's always a lot of behind the scenes discussions on, deals that terminate, fighting for deals. But they're out there. You guys always do a top-notch job. Now, if you guys need help with lending or financing, give Troy Howell a call. As you know, he does a lot of our house hacking loans because he's a great lender, knows the game, and also cares. And then Jeff is our go-to house hacking agent. Talk to Jeff, knows the market, knows the deals himself, knows how to be creative along with working financing, kind of like, hey, what levers can you pull to make sure the numbers and the cash flow work for you guys?
Definitely.
So, Jeff, thank you. Troy, thank you.
Chris,
thank you,
Chris.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Troy.
yeah.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure. All right, we're out there listening and watching. Thank you for checking us out. If you have any questions, reach out to me, Jeff, or Troy. Otherwise, we'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.